chin. Just keep your head down and carry on. You fight like hell, turn the other cheek. It's what separates the strong from the weak. And that's just the way that the line gets drawn. You gotta keep on living till the fight is gone.
And then every player on the ice has a 10-minute misconduct.
Hello, my fellow Fed fans. Welcome back to the 10-Minute Misconduct Unofficial FPHL podcast. We are finally back, and back with none other than the unstoppable brick wall championship winning goalie, Connor McAnanama. Hello, Connor. How are you?
Hey, how's it going? Happy to be here.
How's everybody else doing this fine Tuesday?
Doing great. Missed you guys. Missed our fans. Connor, thank you so much for jumping on and joining the show.
Yeah, of course.
So, Connor, it's your first year playing pro. It's your first year playing in the good old Fed, and you just went completely undefeated, completely unstopped all throughout the playoffs, all throughout the finals. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but right now you are 13-0?
Yeah, I think we ended the season 13-0, so that's
13-0. How does that feel?
It's crazy. I mean, so I've told this story a couple times. I think I mentioned it on Bob Howard's podcast too. But the funny story behind that is I think we were on a 4-game losing streak, and I was talking to Coach before our game against Watertown, and I was like, dude, I've just been miserable the past 2 weeks, man. Like, losing sucks. Like, I was like, you know what? I'm never losing again. And that was kind of ironically the motto running throughout the last 6 games we had, and then the 7 in playoffs. And I was believing it when I said it, but at the same time, I wasn't going to believe it until it came true. So that was a pleasant surprise.
I love it, bringing the Shoresy energy.
Oh, yeah.
In the great words of our Lord and Savior, Shoresy, you don't have to love to win. You got to hate to lose.
Absolutely.
And you hate to lose, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right, so walk us through it. Like Aaron had mentioned, you went undefeated through the entire playoffs, which I believe you're the only team in the Fed that has done that, which is pretty awesome. What was it like winning the cup on home ice? And tell me, I know the celebration had to be lit afterwards. What did you guys do?
So yeah, it was a crazy experience. Going from, not playing hockey last year to being in front of almost 5,000 people and winning a championship, and in front of my family, all the fans that have been there to support us all year. It meant a lot. That place has been loud, but I have not heard it close to being that loud until after we won that championship. And my ears are still ringing a little bit here and there at times. But it was really awesome to win it in front of them. And then let's see, afterwards, we always go to Kraft afterwards. And then we ended up at Stadium. But it was, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep some of the stories to myself, nothing too crazy, but yeah, it was a great time. It's being able to interact with the fans afterwards, and letting them see the cup, like the ones that came out. It was really something special just to see how much support we really do have behind us.
Now, when you say winning in front of all your fans and stuff, hasn't been that loud all season and stuff. Like, how long were the fans still there? How long and loud was it, like, really after they did the cup presentation?
Yeah, so it was crazy because I remember looking up when I got the cup. I think I was the first rookie, I believe, to grab it, but it took a while to get to that point, and I remember just doing my little half lap there with it, and just looking up and just seeing fans, still not seeing any seats, and it's they showed up to the game, stayed there for the whole thing, and then stayed for the extra, hour and a half extra when everyone was just celebrating. They were just kind of watching us. And yeah, like I'm gonna say this a lot throughout the interview here, but like it is amazing to see the support that really is truly around this.
Yeah, fans really do help support the guys, and they don't really truly see it or feel it sometimes. Yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely hear that.
absolutely, absolutely.
So you played as a forward, not before you were a goalie, but you played as a forward a few times in the past. And you actually played as a forward this year. And I don't know if I was more surprised when I watched you skate out on ice dressed as a forward, or when I watched you with your absolute baller chirp game the entire night. And I don't know why I didn't expect it, but holy moly, you were chirping the entire night. There was no chill, there was no stop. You were on it. You were leaned over the bench, letting them know what it was. So good for you. Holy cow. So I have to know, what is your favorite chirp that you've ever heard? And I want to know the best chirp you've ever personally used yourself.
All right, I'll make sure I keep it PG here. But like first off,
You
like
don't have to on our show, but up to you.
We're good.
um but like first and like foremost, like about like the whole skate now thing, like I know I joked with Sherwood a lot like during the year, like, oh come on, you gotta give me one, you gotta give me one. Cause like before I found out that I was gonna play, like I was just playing a lot of forward as it was in men's league. You just because I really enjoy, it's obviously I love playing goalie. It's it's my passion, but there's something else about being able to fly around, the wind in your hair, scoring a goal. It's great to take one away, but it's also a great feeling to score one. So I had plenty of practice, I guess, going into that. But yeah, me and Sherwood talked about it. He's like, hey, we probably won't get you a shift or anything, and he's like, we just need you to be an energy guy on the bench. He's like, I just want you up loud in everyone's ear. Making sure that if you're not, even if you're not on the ice, just to make sure your presence is known and be the biggest part of the team as you can. And I told him, I was like, absolutely. I was like, I'll be the loudest guy out there. Like, I promise. I was like, not. I probably won't get into too many people's heads. Being on the bench the whole game. But I was like, I'll make sure that they hear it a little bit. I don't know. Best chirp. I'm trying to think because like there's some like ones where it's like they get real personal with you, but one of my favorites, like it's not really that like crazy, but like I've had someone look at me and just be like, dude, you're so like effing average. Like you're not good at anything, you're not bad at anything, but you're just stuck, man. You're just stuck. Like, and I always thought like that's one that kind of sticks with you a little bit.
Yeah, because
Because
it stings you a little bit.
yeah, it's like, wow,
Someone
like you're not
actually gets
telling me
you.
I'm bad, which is like, all right, I know I'm not bad, but like if someone tells you you're just so average that you're just like so complacent, that kind of sticks with you a little bit.
Almost like
For
average
sure.
Joe and dodgeball story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, first year pro is obviously you're going to have tons of memories and it's going to be hard to top like first year pro championship. So, excluding the cup, what would you say this would be your favorite memory from your first season?
Oh, let's see. Um, Probably honestly, the bond that I think we all had as a team. I'm leaving like a couple brothers here, and it's been weird seeing them kind of leave, but like that's kind of the thing that stuck out to me the most was how close I got with everyone throughout the season, and how tight knit of a group it was. Like I'll always I've told everyone that I've played with, like my U18 team with the Springfield Picks. Um, our head coach, like he told us, he's like, you guys are by far not the most skilled team in this league. Like you guys have to work every game. And we bought into that. And we had a pretty solid team, like for just being like a singular area, which is kind of like a Western Mass team. Um, and just having everyone buy in, you can just feel it. You can just feel the
Yeah.
difference it makes on the team. Everyone wants to be at the rink. Everyone wants to get better. And I actually just had this conversation with Weber in the car, that like this team, like I haven't, other than that one season, there has not been a singular team where I just, felt more at home with everyone everyone on the team, and just everyone was pulling in the same direction. We had guys that, if they weren't playing, they were working out. Like, no one's sulking. It's like everyone was just, happy to be here, and everyone was here just pushing each other to make sure that they got better every day. It wasn't oh, I'm better than you, like I want like more ice time. It's okay if I'm not getting the ice time I want, like, that's my buddy beating me out. I got to compete harder and work harder every day to get better than him.
So you said you played a little bit of forward at one point and stuff, and then you still had the passion for goalie. At what position did you start with, and at what point did you transition over to goalie? Or I feel like,
So it kind of was like playing through like mites and stuff. Obviously, like you don't have normally like a set goalie at that age. So I would split time between defense and goalie. So that I kind of kept that going. I feel like until I was probably almost like 10. And then so my dad and a few of the other dads that like we were good friends with, or we had the kind of a core group of, dad friends, I guess, for lack of a better term. And for one team, we ended up making our own independent travel team. And, we had the whole team set, and I think we had a goalie, but he ended up bailing. So it was either, I play on a team like, or find a new team to play for where we all have to find a new team, or it was, play goalie for us, and, we can keep this core group of guys together. And I guess I made that decision at a young age. Like, I don't really want to play with anyone else. I want to play with my friends. I want to have a good time. And yeah, so that's where I got my first year of goalie in. And I just kind of fell in love with it and kept it running from there.
but you still do play forward every now and then if given the opportunity.
Oh, I don't even know if I'd say now and then. It's probably like twice a week kind of thing. I play deck hockey too. So I run a team back home. They're in season right now. I haven't been able to be back for any of the games, but I play center there. I don't mean to sound cocky, but we've won 3 championships in a row there. Normally I'm either top point scorer in the league, or I'm number 2. So forwards, I enjoy it a lot. I do. I like being the guy that scores goals, and then when it comes down to like real business, I like being the guy that makes saves.
Both
So I
sides of
think
it.
I think you touched on some really important things with being bought into the team and and by bought in, I mean buying into the vision of the team and buying into the culture that you're actively creating with those people. And this is a question I've actually asked quite a few people this season that we've had on, because I think there's been a lot of negativity that has surrounded the Fed, and a lot of negative euphemisms and just negative outlooks that have been pushed around, and people who still love to follow the league but love to crap on what they think that the league is. So from someone who actually has valuable knowledge and experience and actually knows what they're talking about, what is the Fed to you? What does the Fed mean to you?
I mean, if I would put it into like short terms, I'd just say a stepping stone. Um, but if you're gonna look for like the long answer, like I'm gonna be honest, coming into this, I thought I'd be getting in like a couple goalie fights this year. Maybe have to fight a player or two. I was a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie, coming into it.
I saw you
Um,
try a couple times. I was
yeah.
excited for those couple of times.
Well, I always look at coach, and I'd ask him and be like, "Hey, am I good?" And he'd be like, "Absolutely not. Get back in there." Um,
No.
exactly. So I definitely definitely has that stereotype. But I mean, especially, I mean, you being a Binghamton fan and you seeing like all the work that our media team does,
Hmm.
EJ with all the graphics, everything that
Yeah.
they do when it comes to lights, fog, the scoreboard and replays. It's coach joked with me about it when I first showed up. He's like, it's like our mini NHL, right? You know, it's like seeing all like the cool edits of yourself and all that stuff. Like it really being here completely changed my outlook on the Fed. And I think that's really due to like just how well Andreas, Sherwood, how well they treated us, and how amazing the entire media team, whether it's Brooksy being broadcaster of the year, I mean like all that behind the scenes stuff that no one ever really thinks about. We
Yeah,
owe a lot of being here and being able to play to those guys too.
absolutely.
We have a ton of great questions coming in, and we're definitely going to touch on them. Thank you guys. Like, keep dropping your questions in the chat. One I want to touch on, hey mom, I say hi to her every episode. So for the younger generation, as you grew up through juniors, looking back now, what advice would you have for the next generation and the guys coming up through juniors currently?
I honestly like. I feel like I kind of came to. I've kind of like reflected a little bit, like just kind of with myself, about coming up, and I feel like just the main thing is just to make sure you're happy. Like make sure you're happy with where you're playing. You don't want to go to the rink every day and just be like, I gotta skate, right? Like you really need to have like just the motivation, and being happy. I feel like was a huge part of that. Like, yeah, I might not have had like again, I'm gonna bring it back to like that U18 year with the picks. We might not have the greatest team, but like, man, did I have the most fun. I loved showing up to the rink every day and just battling with my buddies and joking with them and stuff. And I feel like keeping that love for the game really, really just makes you want to keep going. Because you hear about bad experiences with teammates and coaches and stuff like that. And that goes for every sport. Like that can kind of really drag people down. But just finding where you belong and being happy is truly, I feel like, the most important thing you know to keep going. It's just the want to keep playing. You gotta want to show up every day. You gotta want to work out in the off season. You gotta want to skate in the off season. You gotta want to battle for every inch of that ice and all your teammates. And I feel like that just kind of comes with being happy.
Sorry.
Absolutely.
Um,
That's so greatly said.
Now, if you do end up staying in the Fed another couple years or whatnot, do you try to plan to stay as the goalie, or would you move to that forward position? Like, what's that desire for your future at that point?
I think if I mean I'm a goalie through and through. But I mean, like maybe if once my final years are kind of waning off, I don't know. I could see myself maybe trying to go for a forward spot. I don't think that'll be anytime soon. But I know that would again that'd be something real cool to me. I think if I can keep skating, every once in a while in my men's league, keep my confidence high. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'd do too well out there as a forward. I mean, I can skate and stuff, but the quick decisions that those guys make, and how well they handle the puck is, it might look a little bit on TV, but like when you see it up close and personal, you really see like the skill and the guys bring.
So I think we have a really cool question here from our friends over at Benchminer Hockey. Shout out to our friends over there. What is a positive takeaway from the league as a whole this year? And to play devil's advocate, he would like to know if you were able to be commissioner for a day, what would you change?
Oh, sorry. Can you repeat the first part of that? Sorry, I want to make sure I'm
What's
answering.
no, that's okay. What is a positive takeaway from the league as a whole this year?
I would say like the biggest thing for me was actually like how like how skilled like some of the guys are. You got like D3 guys coming in and stuff, and I think that like realistically there's just a whole lot of I mean, I don't want to get in trouble here, but like, you see like all the Amesbury stuff, and that's the most, I feel like output media for it. And obviously like that's a great stepping stone to get the league out there, but it's not all just fighting and stuff every game. Like obviously like you have the games where it gets chippy, but that's every league. It's not, I mean, yeah, fighting is going to be a part of the game forever. But if it's done in the right way under like the right code and stuff, it's not a bad takeaway at all. It's just like it's real hockey.
Right.
It's just kind of looked down upon. It's real hockey. Like the guys train in the off season and stuff. And I think going forward, I think we're going to see a whole lot, like a different like level of hockey in the Fed.
So his devil's advocate part was that if you were a commissioner for one day, what would be your big thing that you would change?
This is a tough one. I'm trying to think. Like I don't put many thoughts into this kind of during the day. I mean, maybe I don't know who makes the schedule per se, but like maybe playing every team in the league would
Oh,
be
I'm so glad I'm not the only one that feels that way.
would be a cool opportunity. Like I know one of the guys in like Columbus really well. And I worked with him last summer, and I'm doing it, I believe, again this summer with him. And he like I would have loved to be able to play against him. But like, I guess and we didn't play like with Bill and stuff like that. So I would have enjoyed playing every team.
Yeah, we're actually pretty excited to see now that the league is expanding. We know of 2 new teams that are official for next season, and actually potential of what we've heard up to maybe even up to 4 more by the following season. So it'd be really cool to definitely get to see everybody, all the different teams, and especially being in the South, we didn't get to see you guys, and so yeah. Um, I think that is actually a great choice for what you would do for Commissioner of the Day. So, Don, listen up. All the fans are saying it. We want to see some more teams. Throwback question, super serious. I hope you're ready for this
Yep.
one. I don't mean to put you on the
Mhm.
spot.
100%.
Yep,
But
gotta answer this one right, or we're gonna end the call
yeah.
right away.
There's a right answer and a wrong answer. Pineapple on pizza, where do you stand?
So I don't personally ever do it. I've been with someone who's gotten it, and I've tried it. It's different. I guess that's how I like to put it. I feel like I kind of made this joke, like, here and there, but like maturing is being able to try all different kinds of food, even if maybe you don't like something on it. But yeah, I've tried it. I wouldn't personally do it again, but like I really enjoy pineapple and I really enjoy pizza, but I'm gonna have to go with no.
No. Okay.
Long
Okay.
story short, I'm gonna have to go with no.
Fair enough.
I mean, I've tried it, so I can't be totally against it.
No, it doesn't. Have you ever tried it? No.
Yeah, never done it.
Yeah, no judgment from any of us. It's an OG question, and we ask it every week. So
No, I love that. That's great.
What would you say, or who would you say is the hardest team that you played against this year, and why?
Well, there's like a couple different ways to kind of look at it. Like, you can kind of look at it as playing other teams in their home rink. Because like I think like we struggled with Watertown a little bit in Watertown's rink. But I think they can play a different style of hockey that I feel like we weren't necessarily used to in that rink. But like overall, I'd say like the teams that we play at out of the teams we play at our rink, I would definitely say what's it called? Carolina. Um, I mean, they gave us a real good run for our money too. Like every game was a 1-goal game. The 2-goal game was an empty netter. But like those guys battle. Like it wasn't even going into like the third period. No matter what the score was, like it was it was always like this game is very far from over, because I believe every game they scored at least one within the last 3-4 minutes. So I mean, and every time that they pulled the goalie, it was they had consistent pressure.
Mhm.
And I mean, Gus Ford, I obviously he kind of had my number a little bit. I think he had 2 hat tricks against me, if I'm not mistaken. So he's an unbelievable player. He's you can see him just coming up the ice. He's just a highly talented player. And you see that every year. He always brings it in every game. So I think Carolina, truthfully, was the toughest team we played. Obviously, we didn't get to play Columbus. So out of the teams that we played, like I believe that we truly played, best on best in that final series, which was more than a pleasure to play in.
Yeah.
There's a couple fan questions that I'm gonna condense together a little bit because I don't know how much, we can't totally read into the future here. But Monica is wondering if you're gonna stay in Bampton, and Ashley Irons would like to know where you see yourself in the next 5 years.
All right, so I guess I'll start with the first part. I haven't, I don't know yet. I'm just still kind of reminiscing in the championship here and just taking it all in. Um, but and as far as 5 years from now, I honestly at this point, I don't even think I knew that I was playing hockey this year. So obviously things can change just like that. And ideally, I would like to, make it as far as I can with hockey. I don't know where necessarily that's going to be, or what's going to happen in the future, but I'd like to, see if I can get a couple close games in there. I mean, I guess that's like the vague version of a 5-year plan. Um, but I try not to set any like crazy goals for myself. I kind of like to take it like year by year, or like even month by month. Set goals that that I think that I can truly make happen. And as long as I keep making those small progresses and the small changes I need to my game, who knows where I'm going to end up.
Absolutely. Do you guys mind if I sneak one more fan question in there?
Go for it.
So Miss Riley is very interested in knowing, and I did not look up the stat for this yet today, and I should have. Have you ever gotten a goalie goal? And if you have not gotten one, have you actively tried for one?
Um, so no, I've never gotten one. I've witnessed one. Again, funny that it's going to go back to my Springfield Picks U18 year, but in like our first like couple games, there's this I forget what his name was, but it was a kid from Latvia, and he scored a goalie goal in our like second showcase or something, which
Oh
was
wow. And the
which was
showcase,
crazy.
that's sick.
No, it was awesome. Like obviously, I wish it was me, but I was pumped to even see it. I was like, "Damn, that is insane!" Like
Yeah.
17 years old, like I I don't know. I wasn't like the greatest puck handler, I don't think, when I was 17. So, being able to see someone actually like truly pull it off that's my age in a game was definitely crazy for sure. And funny enough, I did actually try in our second Carolina game. I don't know if anyone caught that, but the puck did not make it past the blue line, and I think I'm not sure who grabbed it, but someone kind of like reached back and got it with their arm as it was going through. I mean, from my eyes, it looked like I had the right line, but I kind of whiffed on it. So he was able to block it. And after that game, I definitely had a conversation with Sherwood and Kirkby there to let's maybe keep that like in a regular season thing, kind of stay away from that in the finals.
So I have a question, or I guess it's like kind of a couple questions, and it's geared towards being a goalie. I have billeted goalies for the last 2 seasons, and they are both so similar and so different at the same time. They have their pregame meals, their rituals, their superstitions. So can you kind of talk about what your pregame situation looks like? Do you have a thing you do? Like one of ours blesses his pipes a certain way, and so what? Tell us about your goalie stuff.
This is gonna be weird, but I don't really have many. Let's see. So like this year, there was a burn dairy put in like right near where we live. So my pregame meal was what was it? A Southwest turkey bacon from Panini from Burn Dairy with lettuce, tomato, onions, and banana peppers. That was my go-to meal before I took a nap. And then let's see, like, I stretch when I get to the rink. I kind of during playoffs, I don't know why, but I kind of gravitated towards listening to like the Suicide Boys before I play. I'm not really sure what it is. I mean, it's definitely probably an odd one. But me and Dan Weber really got into like a Suicide Boys kick this year. So that was I guess kind of a ritual. I'd say for playoffs maybe. But I kind of look at it as like don't have any, like try not to have any, because I mean it's just more reasons to mentally mess with yourself before a game if for whatever reason like you show up late and you don't have enough time to get in the warm up that you need to get in, or you're on the road so you can't get in that certain meal that you want. um, I just kind of try show up, get my stretch in, and just kind of hang out and just kind of calm myself down before the game. And it's just you're just going out there and playing hockey, just go out there and have fun. And I feel like that's always when I've played my best.
That's a great answer. I can't think of a goalie we've had on this season that didn't have a superstition or something, and I could see how that would like lessen the anxiety. Like you already have enough on your shoulders, I'm sure. So yeah, that's a great answer.
Yeah,
Well,
like
whatever you did this season worked, so keep it up.
thank you. Yeah, like I remember there's one goalie that I played with, and so like how a lot of guys do like two touch before the game. Um, this kid was like legit deathly afraid of it. Deathly afraid of it. Like I thought it was a joke at first. And one time the ball touched his foot, like he legit like jumped up into his stall and like freaked out. And like, yeah, it was crazy. I'd never seen anything like it. But that was it wasn't this year, but that was like one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And I was just like, wow, I was like, I hope I don't look like that. I don't have any real routines, or sometimes I play two touch, sometimes I don't. I guess it's just how I'm feeling. Maybe I drink a little bit of Pedialyte before the game or something just to make sure I'm hydrated, that kind of thing. But I just try and kind of stay away from it. Any sort of extra mental pressure I feel like isn't really needed before a game.
Fair enough, because sometimes it definitely kind of weighs on you that much more. Oh man, I would have done this different. It wouldn't have happened.
Exactly.
So I do have another fan question, but it also ties into another question, one of the more original ones we've gotten. Uh, who is your funniest teammate? That being kind of the first part. Second
Okay.
part, with you being a rookie, and there's been rookies definitely on the team with a minimum number. Have there been any really, really good pranks in the locker room, especially towards the rookies?
So funniest guy in the locker room. Luckily, I was fortunate to room with him for most of the year, so I'm gonna have to go with Dan Weber. That guy's a riot. Every day's smiles and laughs with him, and I honestly I'd have to give a close runner up to Liam Anderson. Like super sneaky funny guy. Like we always joke with him about this, but I remember for like the first 2 weeks, like we didn't really know him too well, and he just kind of looks like he wants to hurt you sometimes. That's just his face. I know I tell him this to his face, so hopefully if he hears this, he won't get too offended. But like that guy he's just got like the wittiest comments out of nowhere. He's normally pretty quiet, but once you get to know him, he's awesome. So I'd have to give it to Weber, but LA is definitely a very close runner up. And as far as pranks, I don't I don't really think we really had any this year. That would just like that's also one thing I heard about like coming into the Fed was like the whole rookie vet situation. I think on our team we outnumbered the vets as rookies. I mean, not like that we would go out of our way to like, mess with them or anything. Like obviously you got to have the most utmost respect for your vets, but I think they didn't really mess with us too much. And I think that also kind of helped though. Like obviously like we knew that we had the respect there from the vets. Like they didn't really need to mess with us or anything. Like, I mean, obviously they still give you the treatment of like, it's tough coming in here and playing. I know I remember Kirkby, like whenever I tried to talk to him for like the first like week and a half, 2 weeks, he kind of just like brushed me off a little bit. And, but that's like what you need. Like you can't be too comfortable coming into a new area. And I feel like, being too comfortable can sometimes lead to just like plateauing. And I think like, our upper leadership did an unbelievable job with, making sure that there was leadership, but making sure that no one was kind of like kicked to the curb. Everyone had a place on this team that was here and everyone deserved to be here because we all believed in each other.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite questions to ask, and this kind of goes along with who's the funniest. So you have to be stuck on an island with 3 of your Binghamton Black Bear teammates. The only choice you get, you have to be stuck on an island, but you get to choose which 3 of the Black Bears are going with you. Who are you taking with you and why?
All right. So I'm going to be a little biased here probably, but I'm taking my 2 roommates, Fletch and Weebs, with me. Those are my ride or die guys this year. We always carpool to the rink. We always just hang out all the time because I mean we live together, but it was never a dull moment. I never got angry with them. I hope they never really got angry with me. And then other than that, I'm probably gonna go with Connor Smith. Just for the hunting and fishing region.
Survival.
Need a big guy to keep us safe out there while me, Weaves, and Fletch are just messing around on the island.
Yep. Everyone's gonna get to eat with Cowboy on the island.
Oh, absolutely. He's hunting something down one way or the other.
And if something's hunting you down, he's gonna take it down.
Absolutely.
There will be no question. Everyone is safe with Cowboy on the island.
Exactly. Either him or Samaro. Those are the 2 hunters on the team.
Absolutely.
How about who's your Stanley Cup pick? And and also who's your favorite NHL player? Like somebody that you've always looked up to.
So a tough bounce, but I'm from Massachusetts, so I'm a Bruins fan, and obviously that's a little past there. But I mean, honestly, with our playoffs and everything, I haven't really paid too much attention, I'd say, to the NHL playoffs.
It's understandable.
I think I'd love to see McDavid get a cup.
Yes.
Just being a hockey fan in general, like that guy, he's unbelievable, and he deserves at least one, and I'd definitely like to see that. So I guess I'm rooting a little bit for the Oilers here. Yeah, because I mean, being from the East, I want the Bruins to be the top dog there. So I got a little bit of a bias, but so yeah, I'll go with the Oilers. Are going to be my who I want to win.
Yeah.
So you didn't play in every barn this season because the way the schedule worked out and whatever behind it. Do you have a barn in the Fed? Even with the 2 new teams, but do you have a barn in the Fed that you absolutely want to play in?
I wouldn't say necessarily. I haven't seen a lot of the rinks, I guess. So I don't even know what Mississippi's looks like. I don't know what Columbus's seems pretty cool on the stream. You guys get a lot of fans down there, so I would like to. I mean, I also would have just liked to play Columbus, obviously the other top dog in the South there. So I would say that I would really enjoy seeing Columbus.
So I know you said you don't really have any pregame rituals, but you guys had developed what I find to be, and maybe I'm just a little Binghamton bias here, but what I find to be probably one of the absolute coolest post-game rituals of that goalie bump you guys did all season. Who started that? Whose
Um,
idea was it?
so I think like obviously like everyone sees like the Bruins with Olmark and Swayman, that kind of thing.
Yep.
And so, just me and Eggy and Sam were talking and we are just like, come on, like let's do one, but let's not make it like the hug. Let's do something a little bit different. So I think honestly Sam and Eggy came up with that. I think I might have been sick or hurt or something at the time. And I saw them do that. And then, it kind of kept going from there. Um, but yeah, they came up with a great one. I don't see too many goalies jumping, so I got my extra hops in there. And
We've definitely made some TikToks out of it.
love that. And I'm just rethinking about this now, but Anna, I forgot to mention my favorite hockey player. Um, I would say my biggest like influence growing up like would be Tim Thomas from what I remember. Um, it's kind of a weird style. I guess I've never really had great style as a goalie either growing up. I don't think I ever had a matching set until I was probably like 20 maybe. Um, but like I wore glasses all throughout juniors. I wore glasses under my mask, so you can still look up and find a couple funny pictures of those and get a good kick out of those. But yeah, obviously him winning the cup too in 2011, and then just kind of seeing like the injuries and stuff he battled through after he won the cup and kind of just like his journey afterwards, which I don't think it got a little dark for him at times, but like, just seeing like you really got to battle through to get what you want, some things like injuries and stuff can kind of get in the way, but there's a difference between being like hurt and being injured. Injured is you physically not being able to play, but like, you got to be able to play through being hurt a little bit here and there.
Yeah, and I really appreciate that point of view that, everything that's worth having is not always supposed to come easy, and the struggle is like really part of the story and what makes a player who they are. So I like that. And we're getting close on time, so I think we have enough for everyone to ask one more question. And I just wanted to ask, what does an off season look like? Like now that you've won the championship, you have a little time to breathe. I know you still gotta skate and stay in shape and get ready for next season. But what is something this off season you're looking forward to doing?
Honestly, just getting back in the gym. I started working out yesterday, just kind of getting back into the swing of things. Like that's just kind of, I like just being in shape, I guess, and obviously like that helps with hockey. But like being working out and just going home, seeing my family, my friends. My buddy Max, I'll give him a shout out here, Max Moriarty. He's one of my picks
Hey.
my Pix U18 buddies, and he's been my trainer every summer since that year. So I kind of owe him a little bit of the workout, all that staying in shape kind of thing. Obviously going to get home, see my family. Like they don't live too far away, but they were able to come up for the championship, all that stuff. So I'm going to hopefully get to see most of them at least this Saturday when I go home.
Now, I don't got a question, but I do something I kind of picked up on you kind of through the conversation and stuff we've had with you. You were still fairly young. Uh what at 25-ish?
Yeah, I'm 25 right now.
And just the mindset you have, just the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, you definitely seem like you have a really, really good head on your shoulders. And I would even lean towards almost like a motivational speaker to try to direct and guide people and stuff. And like it's been really fun to actually get to know you and actually see it. And that is amazing. And I hope you definitely continue mentoring younger generations and stuff. And just hopefully they listen to your words and take it from you. It's
Thank you.
amazing.
I appreciate it. I think I kind of owe a lot of that. Again, I'm going to go right back to the Springfield picks. So my coach there was Rob Bono, and when I wasn't playing or doing anything at all last year, I hit him up and I was like, "Hey, I don't know if you guys need a goalie coach or anything, but, I don't need to be paid. I just want to come and, kind of get back to the team where, they gave me a shot. And so I was lucky enough to be the goalie coach for the USPHL Premier team and be an assistant coach for the USPHL Elite team. And I think like that was really, really eye opening, just kind of in the whole aspect of even being able to come back and play. I know I've had conversations with Sherwood about it and stuff. It's like, when he has to make a tough decision, whether it's like, picking his starting goalie or anything, like I never got angry at him if he didn't pick me or anything like that, because like being a coach and being in the spot that he's in, you really got to make some tough decisions where, it can really go either way, and you're not sure how anyone's going to react to those decisions. And he's got a whole lot on his plate. So I feel like I kind of really took like the mentality of trying, being a coach and seeing what a coach really sees, and kind of like adding that to my game, and just kind of me as a person, just kind of like viewing myself from the outside and kind of looking in.
Yeah.
So there's two kind of probably quick last fan questions that I want to squeeze in. Ashley would like to know what you do in your free time, as well as what is your favorite Henny Hard seltzer?
Oh, I think it's Henny's, it's the blue one. It's blueberry something. I forget what it is. I'm a big blueberry drink guy. Or one of my old roommates is from right up near Wachusett, and so they make a Wachusett blueberry. And he's like ride or die by that. So like I've always kind of had like a little bit of a knack for like the blueberry drinks. I don't know why. I don't really eat a lot of blueberries, just as is. But I've for some reason I just like the blueberry in the drink. And then what was the other part of that one? Sorry.
I lost it. What do you do in your free time? Sorry, I lost it because the chat moved.
Let's see here. I honestly, I play video games a lot. I'll just be straight up with you. Like I love playing Shell. I play EASHL. I'm a big I play center. I don't really ever play goalie. I'm not too great at it in video games, so it kind of frustrates me when I can, be better in real life than I am in a video game at something. Yeah, I play Chell, Fortnite, most of the free games. I think Chell's the only one that I like to pay for. But yeah, just kind of gaming, working out, and hanging with friends. I go rollerblading. I got a longboard. I enjoy hammocking from time to time. Just keeping my life just as laid back as I guess as it can be.
That's
Great way to
awesome.
live it.
Well, Connor, I just want to say thank you so much. You're gonna have to go back and check out the chat. You've got a ton of fans, a lot of really cool, just love from them. So to wrap things up, if you could say anything to the fans right now that are watching, what message would you have for them?
I love you guys, man. Like it's crazy from just being here. Like I just remember like my first game, like going out there, and I wasn't even playing. I was a scratch for our first game this year. And just being up in the skybox, like seeing how many people come out and how loud they get, like, and it's not like they're ever like, I'm not going to say who, but some fan bases seem like they just love to hate. And other fan bases, like, you can tell that they just really love the team. And in every game, it didn't matter if we were winning, if we were down, or anything like that. You guys always had our back throughout everything. And we can't thank you enough for that.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I know like we're doing some off-season stuff. We're going to try to do a couple summer episodes and then jump back into it next season. So just keep tuning in, and thanks again, Connor, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Winners never quit, and quitters never win. Even if you take a few licks on the chin, just keep your head down and carry on. You fight like hell, turn the other cheek. It's what separates the strong from the weak. And that's just the way that